Back for another Money Monday after a solo Thursday. Good to have a co-pilot back in my man, Mr. Terry Money Hollywood Hay over there to my left. As always, today, Monday, Tuesday, Parx, Wednesday, probably going to do Delaware, Thursday, Belmont, the Big A maybe. We'll see. I know Keeneland's going to be in the mix soon, so if Keeneland is running on Thursday, that might be what we do. Unfortunately, Tom's on vacation, so Ford and Friday will be on vacation for the ARC. We'll probably have some write-up about it over at horseracingtoday.net. As always, free picks. Terry's favorite track today is the free track of the day. It is Grants Pass. I thought they were going to close it, but apparently they didn't, Terry.
No, they made it through, so it's all right, at least for a year.
For a little while anyway, for sure. As always, when the show is over, right here, we will put our picks as well as a race replay. In the description on YouTube, you will find a link for the explanation to our smart sheets, as well as today's Parx smart sheets. Always some very good information found within them. I would familiarize yourself with them if you haven't done so already. Also, in there is a tip jar. If you like what we do here, Terry's best bet comes through for you, or another pick four, like Thursday that paid, I don't know, $500 and change. Certainly a Mountain Dew, although I'm trying to reduce my caffeine dependency. We'll see how that plays out. All right, Terry, we're going to see how race 1 at Parx plays out. Let me bring it over here. Hold on, I got too many things open at once. Parx race 1. It is 6 furlongs, and you'll see down there the profile of a winner where early speed does great 37% of the time. It wins wire to wire, and our smart sheets let us know exactly who they predict will be at the lead and the best chance to go wire to wire.
Well, it looks like there's 2 horses there that are pretty close in their data numbers, so they could go head-to-head to that quarter pole.
Yeah, indeed. Down here, too, our race shape tells us that all these horses really want to be middle forward. E's are your pilots. EPs can pilot or co-pilot. P's are your co-pilots. PCs, I call them flight attendants. They can be anywhere. And then the C are your closers. NC's not within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. And first-time starters, I'll have something more about those in a little bit, Terry. But based upon all that, and based upon our projected early speed, who's likely to get a trip that's well within their comfort zone?
We'll take a look at that one, 70.62%, which is really the highest, is way above 50%. But anybody that's 50% or close to it should be very comfortable in this race.
Yes, another key thing for the race is speed figures, right? The Brisnet average speed figure here is 78. We see here in our list, there's 2 that have hit that number, a couple that have come within 4 or 3 points. Terry, any value to be found in this group?
We'll take a look at the 3. It's 4-1 to 5-1, and then that 5 is 8-5 to 3-1.
Yes, GS Fuego. Again, our simulation odds have been on fire, folks. It says the 5 is your favorite. Our top total pace horse is the 5. Early pace plus late pace equals total pace. Terry, who has the most pace when this one is over?
Well, I like the 3, and she finished in the money in 4 or 6 starts at Parx Racing and wins 2 of those, switches to high percentage winning trainer. And then the 5 finished the money in her last 4 starts and won 2 of those, likes the distance. The 2 could be a Cougar, has a leading trainer and jockey, highest speed figure at today's distance, and best start speed as fast as among today's starters. And then I like as my long shot, the 6 Union Bell, performs well here at Parx Racing. Been in the money 42% of the time, winning 17% of the starts. And at today's distance, 50% of the time in the money, winning 36% of the start. I'm going to play the very first Don Johnson, Miami Vice, Don pick 4, 2, 3, 5, 6 with 4, 5, 7 with 3, 4, 5, 6 with 2, 4, $48 ticket.
Yes, we call him Don Johnson because our good friend Don Johnson made the suggestion to keep the pick 4. So if you have any suggestions that you think will make the show more entertaining, probably there's a ton of suggestions for that. Or you have some picks or thoughts, or you just want to say hi from wherever you are in the world, please do so in the comments section. Any interactivity helps boost our search engine scores. So when other people like you look for horse racing content, there's a chance they might find these 2 beautiful faces. Yeah, right. All right, for me, number 3, San Adora Girl, also my top pick. Terry, that one, if I can page to the right part of my notes, gets the top nod because it is a yes horse that was better 5 ways last time out. What I mean by that, if you look at the early pace, the mid pace, the late pace, and the fractions, all were improvement from the prior start. Gotta like that. Good chance to be a little better in the second start after a layoff. Could be a cougar. Well, that couldn't apply to you and I, Terry. But this one could be out front. It's the other yes horse. Number 1, 5-star Fran gets that rail. It's a bonus to do that. It's the only class dropper. We see that here, moving down 0.8 of a length. Not too bad. And then finally, the 5-horse Gias Fuego. That is your simulation favorite. Our top total pace horse. Hey, that combination wins a lot. My pick 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 4, 5, 4, 6, and then 2, 3, 4, and 6. I'm also going to start a little with my Benny in the bets budget. 50-cent trifecta box with the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 5. If the 2's in the front, it's over. Yeah, it could be. Right now, he's got the favorite status at 2-1. So a pretty good race to bet in the opener. We're going to fly through race number 2, Terry. So we'll just cover a couple of the incidentals. Race number 2 is another 6 furlonger. Again, speed matters. So who's got the speed in race number 2?
We'll take a look at the 5. It has the most speed. Should get to the quarter pole first if it gets a good break.
Yes, the only yes horse in the mix again. Something I would look at quite closely if I were you using the smart sheets. 70, a couple class droppers in here, Terry. Most of them want to be middle forward, so maybe a horse with some late speed like the 5, but he also has the most early speed. Top total pace +7. Anybody going to take out that 5 in round 2, Terry?
Well, let me take a look at what I've got here, and I don't think so. I think that 5 is going to win this race, finished in the money. 7 out of 8 starts lap, and with 2 wins, and has a top trainer. Kate's Warrior Heart, the 4 finished in the money. 6 out of 7 career starts with 1 win, drops in class today, and gets a leading trainer. The 7 finished second against stronger competition and drops in class. 6, I Can Moon Goddess finished third versus similar and has the highest last speed rating. Second pick 4, 4, 5, 6, 7 with 3, 4, 5, 6 with the 2, 4 with the 3, 8, 9, $48 ticket.
Yeah, I'm going to start with the 5, Olivia's Girl, as they load for the gates in the first one there. It's the only yes horse in the field. Again, that's a huge thing. Biggest class dropper, yes, big class drop, bounce back in the third start, top total pace, 7 points. Lots of reasons to think that 5 can win, and maybe at short price. Kate's Warrior Heart, last race was the only time that the horse ran out of the money in 7 races. It was the first up, so it's going to need the rebound today. Number 3, Ravenite. That one, Terry, is the other class dropper in the field here with better early pace, better fractions. And if you look on our past shows in Horse Racing Radar TV, look up Tom Milkowski from Timeform US, and he mentioned specifically how early pace improvement in the prior start translates a lot of times to a winning effort in the next race. And then Flag Song Flynn, that one is your top par plus horse. What we mean by that is we do 1,000 simulations. Terry, that's not the top par plus horse. Why do I got that in there? Anyway, it was a par plus horse. Better across the board. It was a tough call for me over the 1. I think I was looking at the 5 horse while I was looking at the 7 horse. Any case, we corrected that live, so quality control on the spot. They are loading up for race number 1, so we'll share with you what we see there. Oh, my pick 4, I'm sorry. I'm going to go 3, 4, 5, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 6, 3, 4, 6, 8. So it could go 4, 4, 4, 4. That would be very much in line with what our good friend Private Ross, as long as those 4 is one of the cryptic code horses today, and my fingers crossed that indeed it is. All right, so right now the 2 horse and the 3 are co-favorites. The 2 horse did not get to the lead. He kind of bobbled a little bit coming out of the gates, and then he is now on the lead. I am not the biggest fan of that, to be perfectly honest. I don't know what happened to the 3 horse. He's not even in the picture, Terry. Did he just not run or what?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's way out of the screen, so I don't think the 3 horse is going to be there, folks. Here he comes. And he's going to have to be the best horse by far to win this race, I think. We'll see. He's trying like hell. Opening quarter in 22.62 seconds. 3 horses trying to make a – yeah, I mean, that horse is going to run wide around these other horses here. Is he going to do that? I don't know. It's a hell of a run if he did. Looks like he's starting to stall out a little bit. Going to need something else to rally here at the end to get a shot at that opening trifecta bet. All those horses down the stretch are coming pretty hard. The question is, because any of them get inside that 4 horse? Doesn't look like it right now. Nope, not going to happen. Yeah, the 3 horse is going to tire at the end. So the 2 horse did get the lead. It's going to go 2, then 4, then 3, then 6. So we missed out on Buxom there, Terry. But we did not miss out on the pick 4 with Could Be a Cougar. Ended up going after 4 to 5. Pretty good there, yeah. So race number 1. Let's take a look back. Could Be a Cougar was the 4th rated one. It was one of the 2 yes horses. That's always important in there. Did catch that top trainer jockey combination. We didn't really talk about that. So was part of that early speed in there too. The C-zone was not all that comfortable, but indeed went on to win. So that's the opener right there. Race number 3 is next for you and me, Terry. This is going to be another, I think this one's 1 mile. A little bit different changes today. A lot of 6 furlong races, but a few mixed in that aren't. So it is 1 mile. It's 1 complete turn around the track. So a 2-turn, 1 mile race. And you'll see for race number 3, the 1 mile profile of a winner. 31% of the time they go wire to wire. The rail gets a little bit of a discount for tops the chart. 2 through 7 play fair. 8 and out, a little bit of a discount. So if we're looking for some speed in race number 3, Terry, where are we going to look?
Well, you could take a look at that 6. The 6 has plenty of speed. Could get to that quarter pole first and maybe lead all the way to the wire.
Yeah, also your simulation favorite, also top total pace by more than a length. Everybody has proven that they can touch that par number of 89. That's a pretty good figure in there. We look at our race shape here. Everybody's middle back. So that 6 and the 4, no matter what you do, Terry, they're called left arrow horses because they're going to move left on the race shape. That 6 horse out on the front should be very comfortable. Terry, tell us why.
Well, you can take a look here and see that it has an 83.63% C-zone, which is really nice. The only one that comes close is the 5, so it should be very comfortable in this race.
Yeah, not only that, Terry, but he also has a pretty good trainer. Maybe not the best jockey-trainer combination, but amongst that group.
Yeah, he does. But there's also another one with a good trainer. That's the 3. The 4 has the best jockey and the best combination, I think.
Indeed. So you got the 6, the 5, the 3, and the 4, but it's a 5-horse race. Again, another show that you want to watch is that Stephen Fielder, How to Win Handicapping Contests, 5-horse races. Take the longest shot on the board. A couple of class droppers in here, Terry. Well, I don't think we're going to start with the longest shot on the board in race 3. Where are we going to start?
Well, I like Moose Perfect, the 6, finished 3rd, but has a trainer, has a strong record with returning favorites winning 34% of the time, and a top jockey. And then Smooth Flying Mike, the 4, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, moves to a high percentage winning jockey, and recently posted a 4 furlong bullet workout at September 18th. And then the 5 finished the money in 4 out of the last 5 starts. Highest speed figure at today's distance and has a top winning jockey. Missouri River, the 3 of my long shot, won last race at Parx Racing, has a top trainer and a good workout on September 19th. No bets for me in this race.
The 6 horse is that left arrow horse. Most perfect. Should be up front. Does have that top total pace of a length. Can't pass what you can't catch. But then again, whenever you see the team of Jamie Ness and Mikel Sanchez, and sometimes they're pretty hard to catch around the Parx track. They got a great couple of workouts. I think 2 bullets in a row, getting ready to come back for a first start after a limited rest. Missouri River, the 3 horse, will be coming late. Does like the Parx track. In the money, 7 of 11 in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. And then Hoku, or Huku, something cool. That one's going to make the 3rd start after a layoff and has run very well at Parx. It's another closer. So I think maybe that 6 and 4, they get to the front and everybody else tries to chase them down. I'm going to do the 6 over to 3-4 for a $5 exacta key box in race number 3. Race 4 is yet another pick 4, Terry. I think they have 4 of them on the card today. Race 4, they're going to go back to 6 furlongs. Let me just make sure we got all the screen correct over here, folks. Before we move on, yes, indeed, that's right. Claiming $7,500. Again, inside 3 speed, a good place to be in race number 4. And do we find any inside 3 speed in the 4th?
You do, the 2, and it has really a lot of speed compared to the rest of the people, or not people, horses.
People too, perhaps. I'm sure they would outrun us, Terry. I don't think they're really
Oh, yeah.
The two horse is also a heavy simulation favorite, Terry. Down here, we look at our race shape again. We find the two. Another PC type that could go forward. They call those left arrows. Left arrow with a comfortable C-zone, Terry?
Yep, sure does. Has a 79.21% C-zone, followed up by the 3, 4, and 5. So they're all four going to be pretty comfortable in this race.
Yeah, you got the 4 and the 5 dropping in class. Not everybody's hit par, but the 5, the 7, and the 8, they've all come within 3 points of being able to achieve an 80 speed figure. You see the rest have already accomplished that. I talked about Par Plus a little bit earlier out of line, so let's get back into line. 527 times out of 1,000 simulations. The two-horse La Cienga did put out a speed figure of at least 80. That's what Par Plus means, Terry. No doubt what this means, so tell us all about the top jockey-trainer combo.
Well, the 6 has the best jockey, and then the 2 has the best trainer, but I think the 6 has the best jockey-trainer combination.
Yeah, it's a tough call between it and maybe that 3-horse over there. 2, 6, 4, 8, all the even number horses over here, Terry. 2, 4, and 6. Well, we leave out one of the even number horses out there. 6 with the biggest in-race advantage of a 1 length late speed edge, 5 points equals 1 length. Terry, does the 6-horse run him down, or does the 2-horse get out to the front and stay there?
I think the 2 is going to get the front and stay there. Let's send Chaga. Anyway, has won 3 races out of the last 4 starts, loves to win, running second versus Tupper in the last race, only missing by a neck, drops in class today and has a top trainer. Then the 4 Goldcrest finished third versus Tupper in the last race, drops in class today, can improve while returning to a sprint. It gets a leading trainer. Then wait, don't tell the time, or don't tell me. The 3 ran second versus similar in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 21% of the sprints. He has a horse running in Creative Copy. The 6 finished third versus similar in the last race. High percentage winning trainer, wins 33% of the races when in the first race after claiming a horse. The 3rd pick 4 that I'm going to play today, Miami Vice Don Johnson, 2, 3, 4, 6 with the 3, 6, 8, 9 with the 3, 6 with the 1, 3, 4, $48 ticket.
Yeah, the 2-horse for me, La Cienga, also top pick, Terry. That one should get towards the front as your simulation favorite. It ran this distance 4 times, won 3 of them. Is a pace setter, is a left arrow type. It could be a winning type as well. Creative Copy, something we hope to put together here, has the biggest in-race advantage, as we saw, of 1 length at the end of the race. And despite that length rate advantage, if you look at the early pace, should be a part of that mix. So if Creative Copy is close coming around the stretch, could be hard to keep that closer off. Number 4, Goldcrest, is a class dropper. Pretty sturdy effort in its last race. And then finally, number 3, Wait, Don't Tell Me, does have 6 races at Parx. 5 of them would qualify as quality starts. Despite that, because the way these back races play out, I took a shot here. I'm going to go with the 2, getting to the front and staying there. If not, the 6 with the biggest in-race advantage. So either the tortoise or the hare wins. Keep my pick 4 alive. Then 3, 4, 6, 8. Then 3, 6, 8. Then 1, 2, 3, and 5. $48 ticket to me. The Keystone race in the Keystone State today is the 5th race out of 9. Terry, before we get to race number 5, though, to make sure you do not miss our Parx show tomorrow, because if you're not watching, you're not winning. Terry, what do you got to do to watch and win?
Well, yes, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that bell so you're notified about the programs about 30 minutes before they start, and go ahead and copy the link at the bottom of that and share it with everybody you know so that they can come and check us out. And then go to our social sites such as Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter, Threads, and Blue Sky at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like, and keep these comments coming like Don Johnson's doing, and picks. We really enjoy to see them, and they help us out a lot.
Yes, indeed they do. So here we have a maiden claiming race coming up. It is 5.5 furlongs. 5.5 furlongs really favors Blazers, Terry. About half of them going wire to wire. It's a maiden claiming 10,000. Again, when we're looking at these maiden claiming races, a couple of huge points to pay attention to. 67 speed figure. That's what it takes on average to win. We look over here immediately in race number 5 to see who's done it, Terry. Only 1 horse. The rest are no's. So what does that mean?
Well, that means you better start looking at the first-time starters and see who gets above 2.5. And it appears to me that the 3 has a pretty nice number at 2.62 and a back bullet.
Yes, in a back bullet, just realize what that means to explain it. So if a horse has a 4 furlong workout or a 3 furlong workout or a 5 furlong workout, whatever the number is, and multiply that times 12 for 12 seconds, right? Just to keep it easy, because this will be the case for the 3 horse. 4 times 12 equals 48. So anything at 48 or under, I usually prefer a little bit under, we call that a back bullet. And indeed, we see that on the 3 horse there. Those are really the big keys there, Terry. Although I have found that the simulation favorites have done pretty well in there. And that simulate favorite also offers some value, Terry. It is a maybe, so it has come within 5 lengths. The only par plus. Any other value in here?
Yeah, the 1 has value from 5 to 1 to 6 to 1, and the 4's value is from 8 to 1 to 10 to 1.
And if getting a good trip matters, who's going to get the best trip?
Well, it appears to me that 1 has a really nice C-zone number, 93.81%, followed up by the 5 and then also the 8.
So here we see the 1, 6, and 8 want to be on the lead. The 2, a lone pressure horse. The 5 and 9 not within 5 lengths of leaders. And there's your two first-time starters, Terry. Yeah, to me, if I'm at the track, I'm either passing or alling this. What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to use the 8 as my first choice, finishing the money. 3 races out of 4 starts. Early speed running style helps chances so this shorter distance, I think, will be a plus. In Savannah, Georgia, the 9 finished 3rd versus similar in the last race and has a high percentage, has a trainer wins 22% of the races when shipping horse in to run. Supersonic Betty, the 3, is a first-time starter whose dam has 2 winners from 4 starters and has a high percentage winning trainer. And then that 6 is my long shot. She has finished in the money in 10 races at Parx Racing. Best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. No bets for me in this race.
Well, I don't think you really have much of a choice in this race. You got to start with the 3 horse Supersonic Betty. You got to put the first timer on top of all of these horses being no's, maybes. 1 yes. We'll talk about why the yes gets downgraded in a little bit. But we mentioned that back bullet right here. So we take a look at the past performances, and then at the very bottom of them, you're going to see where the horses did it work their workouts right here. August the 8th at Parx, 47 and 1. Remember that 4 times 12 is 48. Anything less than that 48 counts as a back bullet, as I give away some of the secret sauce here. I shouldn't probably do that, right? Number 8, because there are people out there, believe it or not. We may not be the most popular show. We wish someday we will be, but there are people, I can assure you, I've seen it, that copy our work in terms of some of the data that we put together. The 8 horse could be close to the front. And along with being close to the front, Terry, you see right there, the 8 could be in a mix. Let's have some of the most late speed in there as well. It's top total pace horse. It's your top pick to boot. Number 6, Faux Pas. That is the only yes horse. And because it's the only yes horse, you got to have it in there. But the form recently stinks. So if it reverts back to the yes race, yeah, it wins. If it runs its current form, I probably wish you never even talked that horse's name. And then based upon the performances of all the other horses in this race, even though the 4 horse got a pretty low first-timer score of only 1.45, so less than half of the available points, I had to throw it in there, Terry.
Okay.
Because all the other ones, they've had a lot of chances to win, and guess what they haven't done?
Haven't won.
They haven't won, no. Race 6 is the last of the pick 4s. Terry, I don't think it's the last of the 6 furlong races, though. No, and again, another 6 furlonger. There is a belly full of them today, Terry. Again, inside 3 speed. Our smart sheets will help us find if there is any inside 3 speed. And if there is, tell us about it.
Well, not really, though. Speed's really kind of in the middle there, the 6. And it's at, 65.4% as far as the speed goes, followed up by the 4 and 8. So should get to that quarter pole first.
Yeah, ton of early speed for that 6. It has an 11-point early pace advantage. Remember, 5 points is 1 length. Just normal stride out of the gate. And that's a lone E horse in there, Terry, because everybody else stacks up in line behind it. Should get to the front. The comfort zone's okay, but it looks like somebody else might get a little better trip.
Yeah, that 7 gets a lot better. Comfort zone number, 92.6%. So going to be very comfortable in the race.
Mm-hmm. Just about everybody that can get the par with a little bit of improvement get there. All of them have a par plus number. That's a positive. The first time today we see Pam top last race speed figure, 3 points better than everybody else. And according to the godfather of speed figures, the James Brown of speed figures, how about that? Andrew Beyer, anytime a horse has a 3 point speed figure or better, that horse has a good chance to get your eye. Another big racing advantage is that one horse with about a 1.5 length late speed edge. So we got the tortoise in the hair again. Terry, who is the winner in this case today?
Well, I like in this race the 3, Pam. Ran second versus similar in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Leftover Sushi, the 6, drops in class today, highest speed figure at today's distance, and the best start speed of fastest among today's starter. Telephone line, the 8. Ran second versus similar in the last race. Early speed style helps her chances, so the shorter distance will be a help, and has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. She talks too much. The 1, my long shot, ran third versus similar in her last start. Railroad Post is winning a 20% clip and has a high percentage winning trainer. The last pick for Miami Vice, Don Johnson, I'm going to use the 3-6 with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with the 5-6, with the 1, 3, 4, 7, 8, $50 ticket.
I think leftover Sushi, probably not the best thing to eat, but probably a pretty good pick right here. It is that low knee, as we showed in our setup. 2 length early speed edge, so just normal pace. Don't have to run hard to get to the lead. Top total pace, decent C-zone. Should get a nice trip around the track. Good chance to go wire to wire. Telephone line, the 8 horse. Very consistent third start after layoff. Did show some better early pace last time out, along with some better fractions. You see these 4 arrows up. A lot of times those horses end up in the winner's circle, and I expect you'll see that today, because he's going to cut back a little bit of distance today. So you should see some improvement out of that horse. Pam, that is that top last race speed figure. 3 points better than everybody else. Does have Frankie Pennington and Jamie Ness. Ran at this level last time out, missed by a nose. So probably going to be a factor today. And then finally, Pearls and Heels, the 4 horse. This is going to be a boomer bust, Terry. The horse ran 9 days ago, so this is probably typically a workout day. I remember when we had Charles on the show, he was a trainer, and he mentioned those horses that come off of a race sharp, they start kicking themselves around in the barn. Rather than work them out, they bring them to the track, let them race, might as well. What's been your experience with horses with quick turnarounds?
Oh, I think it's it's been this, what Tom was saying, but actually in the way back when in the 50s, 60s, they used to run horses every 7 days or so. So it's really gotten here now that they go at least 2 to 3 weeks. So I actually think that running them more often was better because it kept them in better shape.
Yeah, back then too, they used to smoke cigarettes and run marathons.
Yeah,
I remember being on an airplane, which was always funny to me, to be in the airplane in the smoking and non-smoking section. It's like, dude, we're in a metal tube. Where's the smoke going to go?
It goes everywhere.
Yeah, it was always
same as the movie theaters.
Yeah, didn't have goes. Yeah, but good code. Hey, the 4 horse. I mentioned at the top of the show. You want to go back and rewind, Private Ross, that I was hoping that the 4s would hit be one of your codes today, because I have a lot of 4s in my picks. So here's to your codes being correct, my friend. All right, we're going to come correct for race number 7. Again, this one's going to be a 1 mile affair. Let's take a look at the profile of a winner down there for race number 7. Again, 1 trip around the Ben Salem track, 2 turns. Does tend to favor early speed. The rail, a little bit of a discount. 2 through 7, they perform the best. 8 and out, they're discounted as well and do not win as frequently as the rail. So the worst place to be is outside in race number 7. Terry, in the 7th spot, some tactical speed could work, and does look like plenty of them have a good chance to be well placed early.
Yeah, the 1 has the most speed on that rail, but there are 3 or 4 of those horses that have very similar speed. So I think it's anyone's guess who's going to get to that quarter pole. Just depends on who gets the best jump out of that gate.
Yeah, a couple class droppers, but pretty small class drops. Pretty big. He got Swagger moving up almost 1.5 lengths there. Everybody's showing they can flirt with par, Terry, if not hit it. Couple of zeros in here, though, for the par plus. Our race shape, this is pretty much slanted towards the front. Could favor a closer, Terry. So based upon this, you want the speed of the speed or the closer or the horses with the best C-zone, and they are.
Oh, the best C zone is, let's see, the 4. Look at that, 78.65 or 66%, followed up by that 5. So they're going to be very comfortable in this race. All of them show some kind of C zone number. So
Yeah, so they catch a good chance that all of them will catch a good trip. Do like when you get solo EPs and solo PCs. That's always a good thing. Asmodeus does have, again, that 3-point speed figure edge that we talked about over there. It is your simulation favorite, although the one horse captures the top total pace spot. 1, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. So maybe the 4's in, maybe the 4's out. Where's the 4 in your picks, Terry?
I like the 1 for Secure Landing. Ran second versus Simmer in last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and the combination in the last 14 days has a record 13 starts, 5 wins, 3 seconds, and 2/3. And then the 3 ran second versus Simmer in his last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and the best start speed among today's starters. The 4 has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 37% of the races in the second race after claiming a horse. And then my long shot, he's got swagger, won last race at Monmouth Park and has a top trainer and jockey. No additional bets for me here.
The one horse Secured Landing, you got Jamie Ness, Mikel Sanchez at Parx 5 times out, won 3 of them. Came in second the other 2 times, one I think by a head and the other one by a half length. So any improvement in either one of those races or a little bit of luck, the horse could be 5-0 at Parx. Asmodeus, the 3 horse, that one, Terry, is your simulation favorite. Should be better in the second start at Parx after track dropping with the top last race speed figure of 3 points. Cisco Kid, El Cinco, run back to that August 20th start. It would be a wrap. Easy win for the third start after a layoff. And then finally, number 2, he's got swagger coming in from Monmouth. I'm not so sure if that's a track drop or not. I think it is. The last time this horse flipped from turf, which he ran on a Mammoth last time out, to dirt like he's going to do today at Parx, ran a pretty solid third with a strong speed number. I had $14 left. I figured, you know what, I'm going to put it on the 14 to win on the 1. And we'll see if indeed that comes to case, because you can always count on Ness and Sanchez to give you an honest effort. 2 races to go. Looks like Terry's best bet is one of those races in race number 8. Again, for the final 2, we're going to find ourselves running 6 furlongs for the daily double. Inside 3 speed for Terry's best bet. Terry, we'll talk about your best bet after we talk about who's going to get to the lead and why.
Well, it's not the inside horse. I guess it is with all the scratches. It's getting pretty close to the inside, but there's 3 horses that are pretty close to one another. So it's a who knows race on who gets that quarter pole first.
Yeah, aside from Bernie's Mitts, which is only 1 point away from hitting that par speed figure of 95, which is borderline stake stuff, especially at a place like Parx. Only the 11 not hitting that, so everybody can do it again. A few class droppers in here, but not the biggest class drop. 3 speed horses, everybody else middle back. That should favor speed. Terry, any one of these speed horses with a solid C-zone?
Well, yeah, take a look at the 3 has the 4 has a pretty nice one, but the best one is the 8, which is an 82% plus. And then there's also the 12 has a nice one.
And you see that. Who's got the best jockey trainer in here?
The 8 does. The 8 has the best jockey and trainer. And so it's the best combination as far as I'm concerned.
Best combination for speed figure last time was Bolt of Arum. 7 points better than everybody else. The biggest in-race advantage is the 12. About 1.5, about 1.25 lengths maybe. 12 also grading out as a high C-zone horse, so keep an eye out for that. Should get a pretty solid trip in here. 5, 4, 12, and 6. 6, 11, 5, and 4. So some disagreement between sim odds and total pace. No disagreeing about who Terry likes. He's going to make an emphatic right here, right now.
Yeah, I like 6 Bolt of our run. Won last race at Parx Racing, highest last speed rating at today's distance, and the best start speed among today's starters. Then River Dog, the 5, he likes Parx Racing. He's been in the money 67% of the time, winning 33% of the start, and today's distance in the money 60% of the races, winning 33% of the starts. 8 won 45% of his starts at Parx Racing and switches to top trainer and jockey. Then I like the 3 parties at Sam's. Finished 3rd in his last race and has a top trainer and jockey. $20 to win on number 6. exacta box 5-6, a $10 exacta box, a $10 exacta 6 on top with a 3, 5, 8, and then a $5 exacta box 5, 6, and 8. That's it.
Let me just put that right there so that you can see that everything right in there in one shot. I think I'm going to jinx Terry with Bolt Arum. That's my top choice in there too. So I'm apologizing in advance, Terry, for ruining your day. But if not, if we're both on the same page and we're right, the only time this horse ran at Parx, he smoked everybody. Shampoo, wash, rinse, and repeat is all that's needed. But the horse has been off since October. Hot works, though, getting ready. Number 8, Gordian Knot. You can't ever pass on Sanchez with a horse that has a good chance because he always gives you an honest effort. Third start after a layoff. Really good workout between races. Number 5, River Dog. Just sounds like a cool name. I don't know. Anyway, 8 of his last 9 races on dirt would likely be good enough to get the W here. And this horse tends to make a pretty big move coming out of the turn. So if he gets bold, look out. And then finally, Take Me Down to the Paradise Valley. It's got the biggest in-race edge with a 5-point late speed, so a little bit more than a length over everybody else. One of the best C-zones should get an opportunity to use those late legs based upon the C-zone today. No bets for me, and I think race number 2 is about to get cracking. So some good timing on our part. Want to go back real fast to race number 6, I think it was, where Mr. Sanders says he likes Pam. All right, they're off and they're running in race number 2. And as they get cooking here in the race, let me pull that up on my screen. I apologize, folks. I'm clicking around too many buttons. The 4-horse in race number 2 is your pace setter. Let's see how we saw that. Race number 2. Bang. Oh, man, the video's kind of screwing me up a little bit. The 4 was the early pace horse. He's got a lot of horses up in there. The 4, the 1, the 5, the 6. Bunch of horses kind of battling out for the front there. The 5-horse, which was projected to be the leader there, Olivia's Girl, kind of going to get a tough trip. That 1 horse down on the rail, Me Little Frost Girl, taking a pretty commanding lead, 23 and 13. That one's making it look pretty easy right now, Terry. I don't know if anyone's going to run that one down. Really easy looking. And neither one of us have that 1 horse. So someone's got to get to work here, Terry.
Yeah.
We're going to catch that one. I don't know. The 5-horse is giving it a go. It's going to be close at the wire because the 1 strides are shortening pretty aggressively. Can the 5 catch her? That's the question. I'm going to put my money on. It's going to be close at the wire. And 5-1-3, folks. That's where that one went. Woo.
Woo.
Yeah, we got to sweat it for a 1-5, Terry. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, it is pretty bad.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll have a little bit of a. Hopefully we'll have a little bit of a. There's peace, no peace. Rest in peace, Grand Blanc, Michigan. There's another nut job out there in the world today. I don't know what in the world is going on with all these people. I think of my grandmother. I was a little kid. I wrote an article about this back for Guaranteed Tip Sheet when we first had those COVID lockdowns about, people being essential and non-essential, right?
Yeah.
Somehow 90% of our population was deemed unessential. How's it even possible? Anyway, I don't want to get banned because I know you can't speak poorly of the decisions folks made back then. But in any case, I just think of my grandmother. I asked her when I was like 7 years old, how much money do you make? And I didn't mean it like, can you tell me how much money you make? I meant it as in like, I like the way you live, the lifestyle that you have. What do I need to do to? She gave me this whole lesson on mind your own business and mind your own business, quite literally, like take care of the things that you need to take care of and don't worry about anything anybody else is doing. And I feel like if we all lived with that sort of mind frame, along with, Christ's the golden rule, treat people like you want to be treated, I think the world would be a whole different place today, Terry.
Yeah, it would.
All these people slamming. I mean, how do you wake up in the morning and say, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to take my truck and slam it into a church, light it on fire, and start shooting people. I mean,
terrible.
It's just crazy. I mean, these people need to be in a home, not on the streets. All right, enough of that. Race number 9, 6 furlongs, optional claiming $16,000. We've talked about 6 furlongs, I think 100 times today. We know it favors inside speed, Terry. Some scratches, maybe some speed to the inside, but it does look like you got a trio of them that are going to get after it when the gates open.
Yeah, there's 3 of those, 8, 4, and 3. They're pretty close to their numbers, so I think it's another anyone's guess who's going to get there first.
Great pumpkin, and big fan of pumpkin seeds. Yeah, pumpkin seeds are good. I like those in there. So our race shape here, Terry, look, everybody almost wants to be middle forward. That could favor a horse that comes from off the pace. And if you're looking for a horse that comes off the pace, Terry, it looks like one of them is going to smash them as they run down the stretch.
Yeah, that one looks like it's got a really good chance to do that. So
yeah, it also has a PC, the lone PC. I do like that. Top total pace of a length. One also catches a pretty good jockey, Terry.
It does, but the 8 had a little bit better with the numbers and also a better trainer. So I think that's the best combination, that 8.
Now you got the 1 and the 2 dropping pretty aggressively in class, although the 1 horse, better pace, better fractions. Again, keep an eye out on that. Also a yes horse along with the 3, the 4, and the 8. Speaking of yes, Terry, yes, is there any value?
Well, yeah, take a look at the 3 there. It's 7-2 to 4-1. The 8 is 4-1 to 8-1, and that 9 is from 7-1 to 10-1.
All right. So for the last time today, Terry, we're going to make our selections again tomorrow. Terry and I will be back for Parx. Wednesday, we're going to do Delaware. Thursday, either Belmont at the Big A or Keeneland if it's open. We'll make that up again. No foreign Fridays. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, share our content. If you're watching on X, please retweet so other folks can find it, and then head on over to our horse racing channel on YouTube, Horse Racing Radar TV. Hit the subscribe button there. If you're watching on YouTube, go to X and subscribe there, just in case one of the 2 are down for the day. We'll think about adding some more in the not too distant future. We're going to add some more picks to win today, Terry. Who are they?
I like the 1 Brooklyn Rhapsody. Burrell posted win at 20% clip, finished 3rd versus similar last race. Highest last speed figure at today's distance, and the best dirt speed among today's starters. Be My Queen, the 4, ran 2nd versus similar last race. Early running style helps chances and has a good workout on September 20th. And then Billy 3 won the last race at Parx Racing, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Maggie Mischief, the 8, won the last race at Parx Racing by a whopping 11 lengths. And has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I have no more money, so no more bets for me.
Yes, you are banned from betting when you run out of bucks. It's the way I work around here. Brooklyn Rhapsody, the 1 horse, is a lone PC horse, 2-length late speed edge, 1 length total pace edge. Everybody wants to be middle forward, runs them down late, just like we saw the 1-5 do. Great way to win on a 1-5. Maggie's Mischief, the 8 horse, next up for me. Won its last race by 11. Drifted at the end of the race, so maybe tired out a little bit. I got a feeling some regression is coming. Number 3, Bail Out Billy is next on my list. Popped in its last race. Chance to do more in the second start after layoff, although I do worry again about regression because the only other time this horse did 2 races in a row, it kind of backed up a little bit in round 2. And then finally, Kalissa, the 2 horse. This one came out and won its lone Parx race with ease coming from Naira. Stumbled and rushed in its last race, so I think a rebound in the 3rd race is coming. 1, 2, 3, 8 with the final $12 for me in a 50-cent trifecta box. All right, Terry, let's take a quick look, as we always do at the end of the show, of the way everything's set up so that we can see our picks as well as our bets for the remaining races. Again, when the show is over in just a few minutes, over at horseracingtoday.net, right there, it'll say Parx Picks. You click on it, there'll be a race replay. Within the race replay, in the description on YouTube, there's a tip jar. Gary and I would kindly appreciate a Coke or a coffee. When you're there, hit that HRT gear button. Come on over here, get yourself a Horse Racing Today hat. Again, we've talked about, we like the all-white look. That looks nice. I think it'll look great on you as well. Free picks today for Terry's favorite track on the planet, Grant's. What's it called again?
Grant's Pass Downs.
Yeah, Grant something or another right now.
It's in Oregon.
Yeah, it's in Oregon. All right. Free picks. Link in the description on YouTube. To get started today, I think in race number 1, Terry, the 2 horse won.
Yes.
Race number 5, the 5 horse won. Both
Yep.
of which were the favorites. So hopefully something with some little better prices start to click. A lot of agreement for you and I down the card today. I think only one race that we disagree with on the rest of the day. That's race number 5. I got the 3, you got the 8. Otherwise, we could have some very similar winners, which probably means more short prices if they do come home first. Race number 3, we have a $5 exact key box, the 6 on top of the 3-4 for me. Race number 4, the third of the pick 4s in just 4 races. Race 5, another trifecta box. Race 6, guess what? Another pick 4, another exact key box for me. Race 7, 14 win on the 1. Race 8, Terry's best bet of the day. Race 9, another 50-cent trifecta box. And to be honest with you, folks, Terry and I don't plan this out, so we don't know who's going to bet what. But it worked out pretty well today because we have some action in every single race. All right, Terry, that wraps up Money Monday for Parx today. Again, Parx tomorrow. Wednesday will be Delaware. Thursday, either Keeneland or Belmont at the Big A. Any final thoughts from you before we start for day 2 in Ben Salem?
Well, just be, aware of your surroundings with all the violence going on right now, and with all these people that are going in the places that
they don't belong.
They don't, and you should feel safe. You just need to really watch your back, and give your loved ones a hug and a kiss. Just be safe, and if you're playing the horses this week, do really great. Anything else you're doing, do great too. We'll see you tomorrow at Parx.
Yeah, speaking of which, it is another wagering guide weekend. Hello, Hawthorne Casino coming fourth quarter. I've heard about that. So they said that it's good news to hear. Hawthorne Casino. That's not too far from me. So fourth quarter of 2027. I hope I'm still alive then, Terry.
Yeah,
all these 1-5s winning by that much. It could go a little bit too quick. Yes, anyway. All right, folks, no matter what you're doing for the rest of this Money Monday, I hope, as does Terry, I'm sure, that you all have God's grace, God's favor, and every single thing you do until we meet again ends up in
the winner's circle.
Yes, make it a blessed Monday. We'll see you mañana.